Hey everyone, welcome back to Tune in English. I'm Adam.
And I'm Anna. We're really happy you're here with us today.
Today's episode is all about something many English learners say is confusing, but I promise by the end of this lesson, it's going to feel natural.
Yes, we're talking about how to use present perfect continuous in real conversations.
Now, before we jump in, we just want to say thank you.
We've been reading your comments, your messages, and your questions.
And a lot of you have been asking about this tense.
You've been telling us, I understand it in grammar books, but I don't know when to use it in real life.
And that's exactly why we made this lesson.
No heavy grammar,
No complicated rules.
just real English for real life.
So let's start with a simple question for you. How have you been lately?
Have you been working a lot?
Have you been studying hard?
See, you're already using today's grammar.
And you probably didn't even notice.
That's the beautiful thing about English. When it feels natural, you're already doing it right.
All right, let's jump into a real situation.
Adam, can I be honest?
Always.
You look a little tired today.
Do I?
Yes, your eyes look heavy. You don't have your usual energy. What's going on?
I'm really exhausted. I feel like I don't have any energy left.
Oh no, what happened? Did you sleep late?
Not exactly. I've been working all day.
Ah, that sentence right there.
What? I was just explaining my day.
Yes, but you just used present perfect continuous perfectly.
Wait, really? I wasn't thinking about grammar at all.
Exactly. That's the point. In real life, you don't think, oh, I will now use present perfect continuous. You just speak.
So when I said I've been working all day, what does that show?
It shows that you started working earlier today.
Probably around 8 a.m.
Right, and you continued working for many hours.
without a proper break.
And now, at this moment, you still feel the result.
Yes, I definitely feel tired right now.
So the action started in the past,
It continued for some time.
and now it's still affecting you.
That makes sense.
Let's compare it to something different. What if you said, I worked all day?
That sounds more finished, like I'm just telling you about yesterday.
Exactly. It feels complete and disconnected from now.
But I've been working all day feels more alive.
Yes, it feels connected to the present.
And my tired face proves it.
Let's try another example. Imagine you look even more tired than this.
That's scary.
And I ask you, why do you look so sleepy? What could you say?
I've been studying all night.
Perfect. Or maybe I've been watching Netflix all night. That's probably more honest for some people.
Sometimes we study, sometimes we binge watch.
But in both cases, the structure is the same.
The action started before now,
It continued for some time.
and now I'm sleepy because of it.
Exactly.
So it's really about the connection between the past and now.
Yes, that connection is the key feeling.
Let me try another one.
Go for it.
I've been drinking a lot of coffee lately,
That explains your energy some days.
and my stress levels.
So when you say that, it means this is not just one coffee.
Definitely not.
It's something repeated over a period of time.
And it's still happening.
Exactly.
So if someone asks me, what have you been doing lately?
That question itself uses present perfect continuous.
Wow, it's everywhere.
It really is. So how would you answer?
I've been preparing new lessons, I've been recording podcasts, I've been answering student emails,
Those are all perfect examples.
and they all show ongoing activity connected to now,
Yes, you're focusing on the process.
not just the finished result.
Exactly.
So let's slow this down for a moment.
Good idea.
If you want to use present perfect continuous naturally, don't start with rules.
Start with the situation.
Ask yourself, did this action start before now?
Did it continue for some time?
And can I still feel or see the result right now?
If the answer is yes, then this structure will feel right.
That actually makes it much less scary.
It's not scary at all. It's just describing life.
And life is always connected from the past to the present.
Exactly.
All right, now that we can feel it, in the next part, we're going to make it even clearer and show you how to build it easily when you speak.
And don't worry, we'll keep it simple and practical so you can use it immediately in your own conversations.
All right, Let's build this step by step so it feels easy when you speak.
Yes, because sometimes learners understand the feeling, but when it's time to talk, they freeze.
Exactly. You know what you want to say, but you're not sure how to form it.
So here's the simple pattern. Ready?
I'm ready.
Have or has plus been plus the verb with ing.
That's it.
That's it.
So, for example, I have been working.
Perfect.
And with he or she?
He has been working. She has been studying.
So we use have with I, you, we, and they.
And has with he, she, and it.
That's manageable.
Very manageable. Let's practice with real-life situations.
Okay.
Imagine your friend looks stressed. You ask, what's wrong?
They could say, I've been dealing with a lot of problems at work.
Great example. That shows ongoing stress, not just one small problem.
Right. It feels like something that has been happening repeatedly.
Exactly. Now imagine someone looks really happy and relaxed.
That's rare, but okay.
And you ask, why are you so calm today?
They could say, I've been practicing meditation.
Perfect. So again, something started before now,
Continued for some time.
and now we can see the results in the present.
Calm face, peaceful energy.
Exactly. Now let's talk about something learners often confuse.
Uh-oh.
The difference between I have worked and I have been working.
They look very similar.
Yes, but they feel different.
So what's the main difference?
Focus.
Focus.
When you say I have worked, you focus on the result. It's finished.
Like checking something off a to-do list.
Exactly. It feels complete.
And I have been working?
That focuses on the activity itself, the process.
So it feels more ongoing or very recent.
Yes. Let's imagine a situation. I walk into your house and see a perfectly clean kitchen.
Rare, but continue.
And I ask, wow, what happened here?
I could say, I have cleaned the kitchen.
That sounds finished and complete.
The job is done.
Now, imagine I walk in and you're still holding a sponge. The sink is full of bubbles, music is playing.
That's more realistic.
And I ask, what are you doing?
I say, I have been cleaning the kitchen.
That feels different, right?
Yes, it feels like I'm in the middle of it, or maybe I just stopped 5 minutes ago.
Exactly. And maybe it's not perfectly clean yet.
Probably not.
So one focuses on the finished result.
And the other focuses on the activity and the effort.
That's the key difference.
So instead of memorizing a rule, I just ask myself, do I want to focus on the result or the process?
Perfect. That's exactly how native speakers think.
They don't think about grammar names.
They think about meaning and focus.
Let's try some more practical examples.
Yes, let's make it real.
Imagine I've tried to call you 3 times today, but you didn't answer.
Oh no.
And then you finally call me back.
What do you say?
I've been trying to call you.
That's perfect. It shows repeated effort.
Not just once.
Exactly. It happened multiple times over a period of time.
And it's connected to now because I finally reached you.
Yes. Now imagine someone asks you about your English progress.
Okay.
They say, how's your English going?
I could say I've been practicing every day.
That sounds natural and positive.
It shows effort and consistency,
And it focuses on the process of improvement.
not just the final result.
Exactly.
I noticed something.
What?
I've been practicing every day.
Emotional?
Yes, it's often used when we talk about feelings, effort, stress, progress, habits,
That's true, because we're describing life in motion.
not just finished facts.
Exactly. It's about ongoing experience.
So when I say I've been feeling a little stressed lately,
That sounds natural and honest.
and it shows that the feeling started before and is still happening now.
Yes, and that's something we say in real conversations all the time.
This actually feels much more practical than grammar books.
That's our goal. We want you to hear it, feel it, and use it.
Not just recognize it in a test.
Exactly.
So now let's challenge our listeners a little.
Yes, it's your turn to speak.
Imagine your friend says, "You look tired."
How would you answer using I've been?
Maybe I've been working on a big project.
Or I've been studying for my exams?
Or even I've been taking care of my kids all day.
All of those show continuous action connected to now.
Now, another situation. Someone asks, "What have you been doing lately?"
Think about your real life.
Have you been learning something new?
Have you been building a new habit?
Have you been improving your English?
Try to answer out loud.
Even if you make a small mistake, it's okay.
The important thing is that you're practicing.
And the more you use this structure in real life,
The more natural it becomes.
in the next part, we're going to bring everything together and help you feel confident using this tense in your daily conversations.
And we'll leave you with a simple way to remember it forever.
All right, let's bring everything together in a very simple way.
Yes, because when something feels simple, you're much more likely to actually use it.
So here's the core idea again, but in everyday language.
Something started before this moment.
It continued for some time.
And now, in the present, you can still feel it or see the result.
That's it. That's the heart of present perfect continuous.
It's not just a grammar tense, it's a way to describe life in progress.
I like that. Life in progress.
Because we're always in the middle of something.
We're always learning, working, trying, improving.
Exactly. And this tense helps you talk about that ongoing journey.
Let's make it even more personal.
Yes, think about your own life right now.
What have you been focusing on recently?
Have you been trying to wake up earlier?
Have you been eating healthier?
Have you been saving money for something special?
These are real-life examples.
And when you talk about them, this structure feels completely natural.
Let me share something honestly.
Go ahead.
I've been trying to improve my time management.
Oh, really?
Yes, I've been setting clearer goals every morning.
That's a great example.
And I've been limiting my social media time because it distracts me.
That's a very real example. And notice how natural that sounds.
I'm not thinking about grammar. I'm just describing what's been happening in my life.
Exactly. And that's what we want for you.
English should feel like a tool to express your real experiences.
Not a list of rules to memorize.
So here's a very important question you can always ask yourself.
Is this action connected to now?
If the answer is yes,
Then present perfect continuous is probably the right choice.
let's compare one more time to make it crystal clear.
Good idea.
If I say I have finished my homework,
That focuses on the result. It's done.
but if I say I have been doing my homework,
That focuses on the activity. Maybe you're still in the middle of it.
or maybe I just stopped and I'm still tired from it.
Exactly. The feeling is different.
One feels closed and complete.
The other feels active and connected to now.
So instead of asking, what's the rule?
Ask, what do I want to focus on?
The result?
Or the process.
That simple shift changes everything.
Now it's your turn.
We don't want you to just listen quietly.
We want you to speak.
So here's your small challenge.
Write one sentence in the comments starting with I've been.
Talk about your real life.
Maybe you've been studying English every evening.
Maybe you've been building a personal goal.
Maybe you've been practicing speaking with friends.
Or maybe you've been feeling more confident lately.
Whatever it is, make it real.
When you connect English to your own life,
It becomes powerful.
and when you practice a little every day,
Your confidence grows little by little.
improvement doesn't happen overnight.
It happens because you've been showing up consistently.
And if you're here listening to this episode,
That means you've been making an effort.
and we're really proud of you for that.
Learning a language takes patience.
It takes repetition.
And it takes courage to speak even when you're not perfect.
So don't be afraid of mistakes.
Mistakes mean you've been trying.
And trying is progress.
Before we finish, let's quickly say the formula one last time so it sticks in your mind.
Have or has
Plus been,
plus verb with ing.
and remember the feeling.
Started before,
Continued for some time,
still connected to now.
simple, clear, natural.
If today's lesson helps something finally click for you,
Take 1 second and hit the like button.
when you like the video, you're telling us this kind of lesson is helpful.
And it helps more learners find Tune in English.
Share this episode with a friend who's been feeling confused about English tenses.
You might help them understand it in a way that finally makes sense.
And if you want to keep improving step by step with us,
Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications.
we post practical, real-life English lessons regularly.
Lessons that help you speak naturally, not just pass exams.
And after this episode ends, don't stop practicing.
Click on the next lesson and keep going.
The more you stay consistent,
The more your English becomes natural.
one conversation at a time,
One sentence at a time.
one small improvement every day.
Thank you so much for learning with us.
Keep practicing,
Keep growing.
and we'll see you in the next episode of Tune In English.